Hi, and thanks for taking a moment to view our how-to video. In this video, we're going to show students how they can log on to Math Right Now and just work on an assignment. So when you log on to Math Right Now as a student, it's very important that you click the correct login button. Most students will be clicking the orange button. If your teacher has given you a code for use in your particular class and your teacher assigns various problem sets and assignments, you want to definitely click the orange button. You should only be clicking the blue button if you have a school-wide code. That is, your teacher did not give you the code for their individual class, but you have a code that allows you to self-practice. Or if you have a paid subscription, you would click this blue login. But again, if your teacher has given you the code and has assigned particular assignments, you want to make sure you click the orange login button. Once you click that, you'll have to enter your email address that you've used when you signed up for the Math Right Now through your teacher, and enter your password and click Login. Alright, this is going to be the student dashboard, and there's a couple of important things. Notice this assignment up here is a current assignment. Geometry homework number 73, it says here. It has an end date. That's when the assignment is due, and it'll become locked, in this case on, let's say, April 6th at 11:59 p.m. You'll also notice underneath you have assignments that were already completed, and their end dates here. And if you had completed them, you'd have some results here. You'd see the percentage that you got correct. So if you're going to work on an assignment from your teacher, you want to click the assignment that you'd like to work on, and you'll have your individual questions. Notice each question has an ID number. Not a bad idea to jot down the ID number when you do these questions. So if you have a particular issue with a question and you want to ask your teacher about it, you can simply give them the ID number. And this is a multiple choice question, so you would enter the choice, you'd press submit, and make sure that's the answer you want. And the site will tell you whether you got it correct or incorrect. At that point, you can certainly view the solution if your teacher has enabled that, and that would give you a full solution on that particular question. You may also see a view lesson link, which gives you a lesson on that particular topic. So it's usually a 10 to 20 minute lesson describing the features of that particular concept. You can also print the question if you want to perhaps show it to your teacher. Some teachers might require that you print a particular question and maybe hand in class on the next day. You can then go to next, and you can kind of scroll through the questions. If you want to go back, you can go to previous. So we just click that previous button and we'll go back to the previous question. And of course once again we can skip ahead to any question we'd like to try. Okay, when you're totally done with your assignment, you would want to click the Finish button. That will appear at the very end of the assignment. And we notice when we finish the all 12 questions here, 12 out of 12, we can click the Finish button. And we'll have a result of how we did on all of those questions. And we can go back and revisit any of them. Maybe check a question we got wrong. Now you're not going to be able to re-enter it for credit, but you can certainly try the question once again. You can view, after you enter the question again, you could watch the solution or watch the lesson. So you notice now if you were to log in again, you would see that this assignment has a check for status, and you have the result, 54.55%. And again, you can click review if you want to review that assignment. There's one other area that's quite useful on the student dashboard, and that's the self-created practice set, not seen by teacher. This is an area where you, as the student, can practice on your own. So you can click the self-created practice set. You want to click Create New Practice. And of course you would click the class that you're in. So suppose you're in geometry, you'd click geometry, and you'll get the topics of all the topics from what you study in geometry during the whole year. So if there's a particular topic that you want to practice, let's say you want to practice find the equation of a dilated line, you would simply click that, and you have a choice. You can click View Lesson, which would give you a 10 to 20 minute lesson on that particular topic, or you can click Create Practice Set. So if you click Create Practice, you can select, notice that one is already selected. You can hold down the Control key if you want to put some other topics. Suppose you want to make a practice set for a test review. You can pick as many as you like, or just one. Press Next. You could pick Level 1 and Level 2. Level 2 are not much harder, but they're usually a little harder than Level 1. Perhaps they're fill-in questions and some long answer type questions. And then the number of questions you want to try. Let's say I want to try 12. And click Create Practice Test. At that point, you'll get questions pulled from those very topics that you selected. And you can go through them, answer each one as you go along. And then the View Solution and View Lesson link will pop up, and you can watch the solution, or if you want to watch the lesson, you can certainly do that as well. Now remember, these are not checked by your teacher. They have nothing to do with your score or your grade, but this is a great way of practicing concepts that you may have trouble with. So again, you can use that feature at any time. You can exit out. And if you want to set up a different one, just go right back to self-created practice set, create new practice, and once again, you can create your practice. It's a great feature for Regents Review. Notice we have Regents Review here. You can pick a particular Regents exam. If you went to Common Core Regents exam, here's Algebra 1, all the Regents from Algebra 1. You have all the Regents from Geometry and all the Regents from Algebra 2. And then we have some older Regents here if you want some additional questions, additional practice. So we have all the Regents there. And if you select a particular Regents, you can go to Create Practice, and you can put the number in that you want to start from. So if you have an assignment from class and your teacher wants you to do number 23, you can go right to 23, click Create Practice Test, and notice you'll have number 23 on that particular Regents. And then again, you can try the question, submit your answer, and then view the solution or the associated lesson. So that's a very powerful and useful technique. We also have some Regents Review. Let me go back to this, where it's by section. So for example, if you want to practice just multiple choice type questions for your particular Regents, you would click Regents Review by section, and you would pick the Regents you want. Let's say you want to practice the Geometry Regents, but I only want to practice multiple choice. So I would click multiple choice, and once again I'm going to click Create Practice, and I just want the multiple choice. I'll select both areas, both difficulty levels, and just the number of questions I want to try, say 24, and Create Practice Test, and it's going to pull random multiple choice questions from the Geometry Regents. And so it's a great way of getting some extra practice whenever you like. And once again, you can exit out of that, and you're back to your dashboard. Alright, so that completes this how-to video. We hope you learned a little of how Math Right Now works, and we wish you luck and success in the future. Goodbye.